Hi, Jasmine. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, doing great, thank you. And it's such a pleasure to be able to speak to you today for this movie because I'm
Hey.
a big fan of your work. And Mindy, she's such a great character. And I wanted to start off by talking about that fantastic monologue you get where she's reeling off all those theories and talking to the group about what might happen to them. So to get you to sink your teeth into dialogue like that must just be a blast.
Oh my God, it's so fun. I looked forward to that in this movie because of there was one in five. I was like, please give me another one. It's my favorite day on set. That's the only thing we do all day. And both times I said to the guys, we're going to be out of here really fast. Like, I'm prepared and I know how to give a monologue. And it's true. We get in and out, and everyone's like, thank you. We can actually go have dinner. And so then I also feel like a hero. It's good for my ego, is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's awesome. And of course, when you look back at a lot of other horror movie leads, they're not always the smartest. So to play a character who knows that, splitting up, for example, is a dumb idea when the killer is on the loose, that must be fun as well, because it's a little different, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's an interesting take on the genre. And I'm glad that I get to be that person.
Yeah, and of course, Mindy as a character, she did go through a lot in the previous film. So when you got the call to return and you knew you were coming back as part of this core four, was there anything in particular you were really excited to delve into with her?
Oh, I mean, well, the first thing I was excited about was just to reconnect with my family. Like, I love these people so much, and I would do anything to spend time with them. Like, outside of work, we have multiple text chains, and Mason and I are going to hang out this week. And I've introduced him to my nephew who goes to UCLA. And so, like, they're getting close. And I love them all. Something I was excited about to dive into with Mindy in the second film. I was just excited to get to know her more and to get to see her in a new setting, like a little bit later in life, a year or so later in college. Who is she going to be in her queerness? Who is she going to be in her blackness? And like every piece of herself. And it was fun to see her in a relationship. Um, I would have liked to see a bit more of their relationship selfishly, but seeing her with someone was really cute and fun. And yeah, any chance I can step into Mindy's shoes is just great for me.
Oh, that's so great to hear. And that scene I think we've got to talk about in the subway, because what a standout moment in the movie. And I'm curious, what was it like shooting that day and obviously being surrounded by all these ghost faces? And I think for what proves to be one of the
Oh,
most tense scenes in the entire movie.
yeah, it was spooky for sure. The ghost faces didn't even scare me the most. What scared me the most was the tethered people from Us. There was like a group of them with the scissors and the whole thing. Oh, so creepy. Um, it was really fun to shoot that. Like everyone on set, all of the background actors were really giving and sweet. And I don't know if you've seen any of the bloopers. I haven't seen the blooper reel yet, but like I was doing some improv with some people next to me, and that was really fun. None of that made it in the movie, but it was a really fun day.
Yeah, and to talk a few spoilers, obviously things don't go particularly well for Mindy in that scene. So how did you feel when you found out about that? And what was it like shooting quite a violent moment for the character, really, when she obviously comes face to face with one of the real ghost faces?
Well, it's really exhausting to shoot because you're like for hours, just getting stabbed and like being in so much pain. And weirdly, a silent scream takes a lot of energy. And so, more than anything, I just was like, oh my God, this is physically exhausting. But there is something about when Ghostface walks on set or when they yell action and Ghostface comes up to you in a scene, you don't know that it's fake. Like your body doesn't know the difference. And it was so scary when he grabbed my face. But it was one of my favorite days to shoot. And when I read that in the script, I was like, no, they didn't. I was worried that that was Mindy's moment to go. And then I was just jealous that I didn't get to be in the third act. I was like, I want to play. I want to hang out with everybody.
Well, it is a great moment, of course. So right at the end of the movie, when you do come back, because I know up until that point, I thought that was it for Mindy. So when you look ahead to the future, have you given any thought to maybe what you'd like to do next with the character? I know a lot of people have maybe suggested Sam could become an anti-hero ghost face, and you could all maybe help her with that. Any thoughts on what that would maybe be like?
That would be interesting and fun. But I kind of like the idea that these four really are family and really are just making it together. Like I think it would be interesting, but also would make me sad if any of them turned
Yeah.
and ended up being the killer. Yeah, I would just like to continue. I would like to see Mindy continue on her journey of her queerness and discovering who she is and her journey with her siblings. I really consider Sam and Tara her siblings now. And just see more of who each of them become in either in the same environment later or in a different environment. I'd be down for anything.
Awesome. And of course, you mentioned, as you said, Mindy's queerness, and that's something she's quite rightly proud of in the movie, and it's something I know means a lot to a lot of horror fans out there to see this sort of representation. So, what's it meant to you to be able to bring that to a franchise as iconic and beloved and as long running as Scream, for example?
It's such an honor. I really haven't thought about it too much because I think it would overwhelm me a little bit. And I'd feel all of this pressure, and I don't want to feel pressure. I'm just really grateful with how the fans have received Mindy and how they've received me. I have gotten so much love and kindness and support, and I'm really proud to make people proud. And I hope that there's another one and that I can continue to do that.
I'll definitely agree with you there. And this particular story, of course, is set in New York. And I'm curious if you could have, you had the choice to take the action to maybe some of those New York landmarks. Where would you have liked to have taken Mindy and Ghostface, perhaps? Because there's a lot of options there in the Big Apple.
That's so true. I mean, running through Broadway would have been fun. I don't know, backstage at a show, like while there's a show on. Statue of Liberty would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Running up and down the stairs, perhaps. Yeah. And maybe a big Central Park scene, like a big old chase scene in Central Park would have been interesting, especially on Halloween. Those would be fun. I'm picturing how Ghostface in like a nunnery or just somewhere where everyone's wearing capes. And it's like, is it Ghostface or is it a nice old woman? I don't know until they turn around.
Oh, well, that's what the sequels are for, of course. And while I have you, Jasmin, I loved your work as the Tinkerer in Spider-Man Miles
Thank
Morales.
you.
Such a phenomenal story and a game. And I was just wondering how you look back at that journey and the fact you got to play a Marvel supervillain in such a unique and important story as well, I think.
So true. Yeah, I look back with fondness. I am not a gamer, and so I didn't really understand like the impact until now, and people still are kind enough to say that they appreciated the game, and I haven't even seen it. Like I think they have all the cutscenes together online, right? Maybe I should do that one night. That was just so much fun, and working with that crew was great with Naji, and yeah, I wish that I could do another one.
I know. I was going to say it's such obviously a tragic ending for your character, but such a great ending as well, and such an emotional moment. So that must have been a fun one to work on.
Yeah, it was. Ooh, bringing me back. Yeah, it really was.
And to take it back to this film, I know a movie like this, obviously, it's so important that the secrets are kept before it comes out in theaters. So for you working on set, is there a lot of, hoops you have to jump through to keep the secrets? Are you getting to see the full script? Are there like certain script pages you get that are coded or anything like that? Or are you trusted at this point to keep those secrets?
At this point, I'm trusted. The fifth one, my first one, we didn't get the third act. Only the killers knew who they were. The rest of us had no idea. That was fun. This time around, the core four got the script all the way through, not everybody else. So it's nice to be like on the inside now and to be trusted. And yeah, we just have to keep ourselves from blabbering. And I want to tell people, oh my God, the twist is so cool, but I have to keep my mouth shut.
Must have been a fun thing to find out. Obviously, there'd be multiple killers. I don't think anyone saw that one coming. So that
I know. The final twist really fucked me up.
That's a great way to put it. And you mentioned Mason earlier. I love that brother-sister dynamic between your characters. So to come back and continue that, what did you enjoy most about getting to explore them again and to continue and develop their relationship?
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We both have a lot of ideas, And so it's fun to just mess around on set. Like, I really love fucking with these guys. The dinner scene where it's all of us having dinner around the table, I did so much improv just to like get weird reactions out of everybody and like loosen everyone up. And it's fun because in doing that, we always discover things. And I especially love doing that with Mason because sometimes he'll just break character and be like, "What did you just say?" And I'm really proud of that.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Jasmin, thank you so much for your time. I love, as I said, what you did in this movie. Definitely hope to see you back for another one because this character is just so much fun to spend time with. So thank you.
Thank you.
Great to meet you. Have a
Yeah,
good day.
you too.